Several weeks, we'll be taking a look at some of the issues in front of Idaho voters come Election Day. And tonight, we start with what's arguably the most controversial measure on the ballot, the fight over Superintendent Tom Luna's Students Come First education reform laws. Our Eric Fink joins us with tonight's red, white, and blue coverage.
It's a fight that ultimately comes down to you. We're taking a closer look at each of the three statewide education reforms passed by lawmakers in 2011. Reforms both protested and championed now for nearly 2 years. They now face voters on November 6th. We'll hear from both sides of this debate beginning tonight with a look at Prop 1. Facing heavy opposition long before they were signed into law during the 2011 legislative session, the legitimacy of Idaho's Students Come First education reform laws will be decided by voters on November 6th.
Prop 1 prohibits teachers from negotiating over important things.
Prop 1 ensures parents have input on teacher and principal job performances.
The campaign ads flood the airwaves as the decision, a yes or no on Students Come First props, is arguably the vote to watch this fall. Prop 1 centers on collective bargaining. Under Students Come First, teachers' collective bargaining rights are restructured to focus on salary and benefits.
Previously, before these laws went into place, things like bell schedules, class time, student contact time, these sort of issues were actually a part of the negotiated agreement. This doesn't prohibit teachers and others, and even the community now, from having those same discussions. But what it does is it simply removes them from a contract negotiation.
Those opposed to Superintendent Tom Luna's education reform argue a yes vote on Prop 1 would take key classroom decisions out of the hands of our teachers.
Superintendent Luna wants teachers to essentially not have a voice on the things that matter most, things like classroom safety, things like classroom supplies, things like scheduling. Teachers can no longer talk about things like that when they are negotiating with their school districts. In fact, it's illegal.
The Yes team says Prop 1 ensures the discussions at the table will result in greater transparency for all involved in our children's education.
So not only can other teachers be present and participate in that conversation, but so can the parents, so can the patrons, so can the taxpayers who actually help fund that school.
But Brian Cronin says the more voices in that conversation will diminish the most important voice in the classroom.
We have the people who are our children's best mentors and advocates, who have traditionally stood up for the things that are going to result in the best education system, and they can't talk about these things at the bargaining table.
Both sides used signs and microphones in a lengthy, passionate debate spanning close to 2 years. And perhaps the loudest statement of all will come from voters in 4 weeks. Later this month, my series on the Students Come First propositions will continue. Prop 2, dealing with teacher pay for performance, and Prop 3, centering on technology in the classroom and the online class mandate. We're on your side, helping you cast an informed ballot in November. Stay with us for continuing coverage. Eric Fink, Today 6 on your side.